going, everybody? I'm Prophet, and if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button followed by the bell button. That way you'll be notified of all my upcoming videos. Now today's video is going to be a complete guide on how to grade cards, sports cards and non-sports cards. If you didn't already know, sports cards and non-sports cards are a great alternative investment, as dubbed by some of the great entrepreneurs of the world like Gary Vee, and the best way to maximize that investment is to have your cards graded. I broke it down into 9 easy steps, including the whole submission process, where I actually send in a submission to better explain how it all works. And I covered things like actual costs that I never see anybody really cover because there's a lot more fees than a lot of people think. There's actually shipping to and from, there's insurance to and from, and depending on how much your cards are worth is depending on how much the insurance is going to cost. And sometimes it's quite a bit. And if you're doing it to and from, well, it adds up. And then there's sales tax on top of that. And then there's some companies that actually have a membership fee. We're going to go over all that too. Let's go over what you need. You're going to obviously need some scissors, some tape. The lamp is very important. You don't have to have it, but this is an LED lamp. Go figure, it's a smart lamp. And I got lucky and found this on sale at Walmart. It was $69, but I got it for $19. So you're not going to be able to do that probably, but there are other alternatives out there. You don't have to do it. I used to use my cell phone light. It's really bright, but you know, it is what it is. Some people use a loop. I think that makes you overthink it, honestly. But here's some cardboard. You're going to need that. Hopefully that don't cost you anything. You're going to need a box. You're going to need the holders, the hard semi-ridge holders. You're going to need soft sleeves. You're going to also need labels to label at the end to send them in. They're going to stick to your card savers. And packing supplies. You can use peanuts and or bubble wrap. And I got some styrofoam here just in case. And you're going to also need rubber bands. Hopefully those don't cost you anything. Step number 1. Picking what cards to grade and how to proofgrade them to make sure they're worthy of investing in. So these are the 15 cards I'm choosing for my opening submission for various reasons. I'm also going to use them for examples of value and condition. So as far as what cards you choose, it all breaks down to the research you do. Let's use this Wayne Gretzky rookie card 1979 Topps for an example. I'm going to show you on the PSA's population report here that 5,424 total cards have been graded, but only 2 of those, only 2, have been a Gem Mint 10, 127 9s, and 1,149 8s. But let me show you what their value of that PSA 10 is. A whopping $150,000. $5,250 in a 9 and $1,000 in an 8. But let me tell you something about this. It's not really updated, so I would suggest going to eBay. Use their completed search. It's basically the price guide to the world, at least the world of collectibles anyway. So it'll really give you an up-to-date price. Look at that. The PSA 9s are worth $9,000. 2 of them have sold, 1 of them $1 off of the other. Now this is a very condition-sensitive card. The cutter that they used on this card was low grade at best, and back then they didn't really care about condition. It was just about getting the card out and promotion for the card company and the team. So they're showing that $5,250 is the 9, and they're actually selling for $9,000. Let me give you another example that I have here. It's the 1977 Topps Luke Skywalker number 1 card. Number 1 cards are very, very condition sensitive because they're the top card cut on the sheet, especially with vintage cards, maybe not so much in the current market. In that one, in a 9, there's no 10s that have sold recently, but 1 sold 3 months ago for $5,500. Wow. And I have one right here that has a really good chance at it, but in a 9, sells for $521. Here's another oddball example, a guy that really lost a lot of his market popularity, but this card right here in a Gem Mint 10, as you can see, sells for $14,987 sold value, not asking, sold. This is the die cut version, and it's actually very condition sensitive because it's due to flaking. This one's in really, really solid condition. I hope to get it in at least a 9. A 9 will sell for like $500 to $600. And the last example I'm going to show you as far as price, and it's a common card, and people are saying, why are you going to grade a common card? That right there. This guy right here is in mint condition. I don't see a flaw 1 on it. He's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And people are asking, there's none sold because there's only 1 in existence, and this is it right here. They're asking $2,175. So if I get one and I put it out for $1,500, I'm probably going to sell it. When it comes to grading, there's so many layers to the subject that it needs its own video to truly explain the ins and outs of that. And I plan on making one down the line, but the basics are basically broken down into 4 categories. Centering, it's side to side, top to bottom. You got your corners, your edges, which are right here, and then the overall surface. Make sure there's no scratches or gum stains or anything like that. Now, PSA heavily grades on eye appeal. If a card is well centered, that really adds to the eye appeal, and it really gives you a better chance of getting an overall Gem Mint 10. They are willing to overlook some small flaws if a card has great eye appeal overall. Now, the card backs alone aren't really that big of a deal, as long as they're not too far off centered or there isn't any gum stains. A gum stain alone will get you a qualifier saying stain ST. But here's some other examples of some cards that I'm going to grade. So I have 2 Steve Young rookies, all 4 corners are all sharp and everything, surface, everything there. It's just the centering is different, as you can see. Here's an example of good and bad centering. The bad centering on the left here, where my finger is, and then on the right, the Juan Marichal 1974 Topps is in good centering. I'm actually going to send in this Bernie McRae here. That is an absolutely Gem Mint. So is this YA Tittle. The corners are all perfect, surface is fine, the edges are great, but you can see the centering is a difference there. That'll make a world of difference. Say if this McRae is a 10, this is going to come back a 9. I got the Luke Skywalker, same thing. And then I have 3 Jerry Rice rookies. I'm only grading 1. And I'm going to pick the best one out of that. And I did that based upon the centering only on these. The corners are all great. Another quick example of card grading and how hard it is to get a Gem Mint 10 card. I recently picked up a bunch of Pack Fresh 1974 Topps Football and 1986 Topps Football complete set. And I mean by Pack Fresh is straight from the pack into a holder or into the box and not really touched by human hands after that. So the only thing that really comes into play besides gum stains is the centering. And like I said before, centering is everything. So out of the 396 cards I sorted that were packed fresh, I only found 14 that were worthy of grading. And probably 1 or 2 of them, if I'm lucky, will be a Gem Mint 10. But these are very condition sensitive cards. They're over 30 years old now. And when they are in Gem Mint 10, they have a premium. Like this card right here alone. He's not really a common, Steve McMichael. He sells for like $1 ungraded. But in a Gem Mint 10, it'll be a $500 to $800 card. It's crazy. And basically the same thing with the 74s, which are really, really harder to get. I found 13 of them that were worthy of grading in the same amount of cards. Okay, step number 2. What card grading company to go with? After you picked your cards you wanted to get graded, you need to pick a grading company. And there's really only 3 you should choose from. There are others, but there's only 3 that are really recognized by collectors, investors, and resellers. And they're the 3 that have been around the longest. It's PSA Grading, it's Beckett Grading Services, and they were the ones that made the price guides throughout the 80s and 90s and still today, so they're really well known. And then you got SGC, who's probably been around the longest, but they've recently revamped and re-upgraded everything they've done with their grading services. They've even got a new holder and a 1 through 10 scale instead of a 100 scale they were using, so it's like everybody else. But they really do command high grades, but they're well known for being a little more picky than the others. So it's just it's an opinionated thing, so just pick one of these 3. And today we're going to go ahead and go with PSA. I will make a video later on about SGC and Beckett, but today we're going with PSA. PSA is the only one you have to join the Collectors Club, but with that Collectors Club, you do get some benefits with it. So step 3, we need to go ahead and sign up for the club, which is really easy. Just go down here, you click this button right there, join the club, you go down, and you see that you have a gold and a platinum option. The gold is $149 and the platinum is $249. The difference is you get 6 grading vouchers with the gold and you get 15 with the $249 platinum service. And you also get a book and a price guide and some holders and some different stuff, which I'll be showing you soon. So we're going to go ahead and opt and go and join the platinum today. And the platinum is going to give us the 15 vouchers, which are online. So as soon as you finish paying and put in all your information, I'm not going to go past here, except for you just hit your little cart button there and you click checkout and you go. You just need your credit card information, your basic address and name and all that stuff, phone number. And there is an 800 number if you do have a problem. You can call them and they'll walk you through it. So That's pretty easy to sign up. Step number 4, which card holders do you need / which card holders do they prefer? PSA actually prefers you use semi-ridge holders like these. And here's the difference with a 74 Topps card. One's bigger than the other because they make 2 different sizes. There's Card Saver 1s and 2s, or the equivalent Ultra Pro Platinums. Either one will do, but the reason why I'm using the Ultra Pro Platinums is because I got 12 free boxes of these in a collection. With your welcome kit and your membership, they actually send you 10 of these for free, so you might want to wait to get those and you can go ahead and send them. Or you can get them from your local hobby shop, or you can order them online. There's many places, just Google it. Here's the loose ones without cards in it. One's bigger than the other. I'm going to go ahead and use all these up, and then I'll switch to these. Do not use these. These are regular top loaders. In most card collections, you'll see these. The card can bang around even with the sleeve on it. Speaking of sleeves, you need a pack of these. They're about $1 each, and it comes with 100 of them. You can order them online, probably in bulk. You could probably get them for like $40 for 100 packs. That's the way to go, so 40 cents each. And that's all you need to do with that. Step number 5, what is the proper way to insert your cards into the card holders? Well, there's a lot of different opinions on the subject, but here's how I do it. I take the penny sleeve like this and I loosen it up because sometimes they do stick together. And you just take the card real easily and it goes right in there. Now, sometimes it won't go in there right away. So you might want to flip the holder around a little bit, just like that. And it goes right in there. Do not force it, whatever you do. Loosen up the saver like that, the card saver, and you just take the card with this sleeve and you slide it in there. Really, really simple. Just be careful, don't force it, you're not in a hurry, and voila, you're done. Step number 6, filling out the online submission form. You can still do a paper form, but they really suggest that you do the online form. For one, it's really easy and it gets to them much quicker, so it gets the process going right away. So you need to log into your account once you do have everything set up. It shows I'm active here, and it shows 15 free vouchers. Now, if you have 6 or if you have 15, you need to send them all in at once, or it's going to cost you more money in the long run on insurance. So what you need to do here is you click the Startup Submission. You scroll down here and hit start. And in my case, it's going to say here, finish your incomplete PSA submission. I actually have not started it yet, but it says I have because I looked at it. And right here is really, really simple. So say, for instance, you're sending in a Jerry Rice rookie card like I am, number 161, 1986 Topps. Really easy. You go over here, it's quantity 1, and you just go over here and type in Jerry Rice, 1986. And right there it comes up for you, so you highlight it. You're done with that, and then right here you can select the minimum grade. So if you don't want anything under a 6 or a 7 or an 8, you can put that in here. I just suggest leave it alone because it might mess with their final decision on a grade. You never know. And of course, declared the value right here, it does give you up to a declared value of $499 on each card for your initial vouchers. So I'm going to put in 100 here because I think it's at least worth that much. And then qualifiers. A qualifier basically is if a card is really off-centered or if it has a stain on the back, they'll put a little qualifier note on it. That really can affect the value. They'll say give you a 9 OC. It'll still sell really well. And say, for instance, if you did not put an OC on there, it will be in like an 8. So it's just up to you. It's really an opinion based upon what you've seen in the past. I'm just going to go with no qualifiers. And then all you do right here is you hit save. And boom, it takes it off of your list here. So you do have 15 vouchers. It says they're valued at $20 each. Right there, it puts it in there. So that's really simple to fill out the form. You just go all the way until you finish your 6 or your 15, and you're done with that part. Okay, once you have your submission form all filled out, you need to go and make sure your declared values are the raw card values, not the graded card values. And you need to go to the next page, and that's going to matter, and I'll show you why here in a moment. I'm going to pay $20 in shipping on the way back. So they're going to charge my card once the order is ready to ship, not right away. So they're going to ask for your credit card information below. But let me show you why. Depending on the value amount, remember these are $499, up to $499 submissions. Now right here, I'm going to show you. I'm in this tier right here, 9 to 25 cards, $1 to $1,000 is $20 shipping. Anything over $1,000 is $35 shipping, and so on, as you can see there. So the next thing you need to do is go down to the bottom of the page. My credit card information is showing, so I'm not going to show you that. Okay, the last step of the online part of the submission process, they want you to agree to their terms of service, but first they're just going to go over everything here. Regular graded, this is a 25-day turnaround. Make sure you put that on the outside of your box. And this is insured shipping. They're going to charge my card once the order is ready to ship, $20. So I'm going to spend $20 on the way there too. Fortunately, you go down to the bottom here, agree to their terms of service, click the little box here, and hit the next, and we should be done with that part of it. And boom. Clearly mark the turnaround time on the outside of the box, of course. Here's the shipping instructions here. Turnaround times, the turnaround times listed on the PSA submission form are estimated only. We kind of figured that. They are experiencing a high volume right now, so it might take a little longer. And these are business days, by the way. And you just send it to Newport Beach, California, PSA. And that is it on that part of it. And the final page. This is just basically a confirmation of your order, and it is mandatory that you print this out and have it in the box with your card order. It's 3 different pages, so it's not too bad. It covers that your turnaround time is 25 days. You need to clearly have that marked on the outside of the box. It also covers that your order is only valid for 30 days from the time you submit this submission here. So you need to know that. It has the PSA address that you send it to, and the fact that they do not take UPS or DHL. So you probably want to use the post office on this. And then it covers your labels. You have to label each card, so you need to have some labels like I've mentioned before. And they need to look like this right here. Your submission number is going to be on every card. It's going to be the same number every time. And then just basically your cards in the same order that you posted them. So right here, I have the Jerry Rice card. Just have it numbered 1, 2, line number 2, line number 3, and so on. So it's pretty simple from this point forward. Step number 7, how to package your cards for shipping. Okay, well, we're getting down to the end here, but this is a very crucial part in the process because you want to get your cards there safe, so you want to package them as good as you can. Make sure you have all the submission forms filled out or printed out. You got your cards all labeled like it tells you to do. Make sure they're in order. That's a big deal with them. It'll slow you down if you don't keep them in order, the order that you had them posted. Get them all put together like that. Make sure, and then on top of that, the cardboard, you cut it just a little bit longer than the card itself. So we're going to get those tight, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put it in bubble wrap first. Hopefully. Okay, you get that nice and tight. Then I'm going to put it in between there as the phone's going off. You want to grab your rubber bands. Hopefully I can get this in there. There we go. Not too tight, just give it enough to keep it together. And then you get your other one and put it on there. And then, you can do this many different ways, obviously, but this is how I've always done it with Beckett. But now I'm doing it with PSA. And then I just wrap this right here. And more bubble wrap. I've already filled the box with packing paper, so I'm going to put the bubble wrap on top of that. So I got a cushioned bottom already. Haha, we all like a cushioned bottom. I'm going to put the submission form on top. Put the packing paper there. And we're done, basically. It's nice and tight. I'm just going to put the label on it when I'm done. And make sure you put 25-day turnaround all over the box. I did that already. And I'm going to tape the whole box up, too, to make sure it's secure and it can't be tampered with. Voila, and I'm done. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it would take Houdini to get out of it. I covered every inch of the box in tape. I think they want you to use like packing tape, the brown tape, but this will work too. This thing is so sealed, it's so tight, it feels secure like a brick. Now off to the post office. Alright, step number 8, sending your item out and what is the total cost to you. Let's take a look at what it cost to send a PSA to California from Texas. It was $14.75 for the insurance and $8.20 for the shipping itself. That is priority mail, and $980 total insurance. Now remember, this is your membership package, So this is like an opening rate. A lot of people join the club to get the bulk rate pricing, which you'll now get, and this monthly special. All right, step number 9. This might be the hardest step of them all because now we gotta wait. Yeah, I know it sucks, but as soon as I get my package in the mail, I'm gonna make another video right away. Now, PSA does send you an email that has a confirmation that when your order is gonna ship, and it also has the grades in there. I promise not to cheat because I want my video to be organic. So, anyways, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are done. If you have any questions at all, please leave them below, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.